Hey guys, Joshua Meeks here with the PNW team. Just want to give a quick training today on looking at two major things. One is lead generation and the short-term goals that are going to convert deals to put more money in your pocket. And the second one is growing your database, which is more of a long-term goal to be able to eventually put people in your database that are going to eventually purchase a home or sell a home, putting more money in your pocket. So going over those two things today. One, when we look at growing your database, which according to Gary Keller is one of the largest influence things you can do within your business, because the more people you have in your database, there's a ratio that about one out of 16 of those people, if you touch them on a regular basis with a 33 touch campaign or something similar, that'll be a lead that's either turns into a buyer or seller or both. So the first one is to build your database, add people to your database. Any lead that comes in, anything through either drive-by tech or Zillow or a direct Brivity lead or through sharing your website or through a friend mentioning your name or at a networking event, anything and everything, everybody should be put in your database. So anytime you get contact information at all, my encouragement to you is to download the Brivity app or save the Brivity website on your home screen, and that way it just eliminates an additional step. You know, you like if you're anything like me, you take a note, stick it in your pocket, throw it in the car. 4 days later, you find that note, or a year later, you find out they bought a house with somebody else because we didn't follow up. So as soon as that lead comes in, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, make time for a few seconds to add that lead in your database. And so the first thing is growing your database, building your database. The second thing, and this might take later on to set a reminder for yourself to follow up. Maybe even it's just saying, hey Siri, send me a reminder tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. to classify this lead. And then that way, as soon as you get back into the office, whether it's your home office or your work office, take a minute and classify that lead. Is it a hot lead? Is it a nurture lead? Is it a cold lead? Is it a warm lead? Is it somebody who is a vendor or a networking person? Is it an additional company that's going to support your business in some way? If you can help brand champion them and you can brand champion you, whatever it is, just make sure you classify that lead. So grow your database, build your database. Second step is to classify that database, and the third step is to implement an action plan. So there's a couple different action plans on Brivity. One's actually called an action plan, and one's called an auto plan. And the major difference is an auto plan, it sets a rule that basically says if somebody new comes into the system, either through auto-generated or through manual-generated leads, then immediately, whatever type of classification that they are, it's Siri's giving me a reminder because I actually said her name a little bit ago. So sorry about that. Anyhow, based on what classification they are, it's going to say if a hot lead comes into my account, then we are automatically going to put them on an auto plan that gives them kind of like a 10 days of pain, what we call as an automatic call, text, email. It gives you a reminder as well to follow up with them through more unique value propositions instead of just automated value propositions. And then that gives you an opportunity to follow up with that person after the 10 days of pain to say, now what action plan are they on? Are they somebody who's responding well, and we're going to move them into more of a long-term database that says they want to buy in a year or two? Or out of that 10 days of pain automatic action plan, is it somebody who we find out is they're a pretty hot lead, either a seller or a buyer, somebody who's looking to take action fairly quickly? So build your database, classify your database, and implement a plan for that database. If somebody gives you a hot buyer lead, you don't necessarily need to put them on an auto 10-day plan. You just put them right in there as a hot lead, start sending them properties and following up. On that note, as you're building your database, also lead generation is the core of our business. If database is the long-term plan, lead generation, so just reaching out to your sphere, is the short-term plan. That's about converting leads in the next 1 to 3 months, not the next 1 to 2 years, but ideally leads that you can convert really quickly. And so lead generation, that can be, again, we talked about all the different areas that there are of lead generation, but the important thing is whatever it is, that lead generation is taking place. If you want a lot of leads, might be an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. That's what like clockwork the model offers or suggests. If you want just more of a comfortable amount of business, at least a half hour. Do something manageable. Do something that you can get excited about and that it's going to be something that you can be consistent about, even if it's 30 minutes a day of something specific. And it can be writing postcards. Again, it can be knocking on doors, doing open houses. Just average at least 30 minutes a day. And if you want to do more and see it more as a full-time thing, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. So generate those leads, converting the leads, that's again putting them in the system as an action plan, somebody that you're following up with on a regular basis, on a consistent basis. And you have the opportunity within Brivity to set an action plan that gives you reminders so that if on a day-to-day basis you're logging into Brivity, then it's going to say, hey, Joshua, here's a reminder today. You need to email Bob. You need to text a specific property to Lisa. You need to check in about financing on Jamiroquai or whoever else, and it'll tell me what to do if we set it up as part of the action plan. So definitely look at Brivity. Check out once you're within Brivity, maybe open it up on a split screen or something as you're watching this video. Look into settings and you'll see lots of tabs along the top. Two of those settings are action plans and auto plans. On a side note, if you have any complications with this, shoot me a call, text, email. We'll do a screen share together, something to make it work, to make sure that you're able to start implementing those action plans. Check out settings, check out action plans, check out auto plans. Auto plans, 10 Days of Pain is one that we're going to highly recommend, and we can Pacific Northwesterize those eventually, right, to make them sound more like us, to make them sound more like you. But the important thing is just starting. The important thing is just implementing a plan and setting up an action plan for the people that you know are currently active. Otherwise, leads just sitting there that we're not working, that we're not reaching out to, just money lost, especially when you find out one of those people may have purchased a home or sold a home with somebody else. That's what we don't want to happen. So generating leads, converting leads, and then following up can be the hard part. So if there's somebody that you just need to nurture, they're 3 to 6 months out there, hey, not a problem. Those are largely 70% of our business. As far as the sphere of influence, there are people that are someday buyers, and those someday buyers become needed to buy a house or need to sell a house clients, and that's what we like. That's what we specialize in and have for years, is those people that we've been able to maintain relationships and maintain a contact with them over the long period of time. And so it's lead generation, lead conversion, and lead follow-up. Whether that's somebody who said that they were going to be buying a house in 6 to 12 months and we just continue to follow up with them, or that's somebody who closed on a house and we continue to follow up to see how's their home ownership journey going, or whatever they wanted to do with that money, how is that process going if they want to potentially buy a house again in the future. So again, large scope, large long-term plan, build and grow your database. Short-term plan, lead generate, figure out what you enjoy doing, do it on a consistent basis, implement an action plan and an auto plan for those people within your database. A couple more quick tips is sharing individual property websites. So make sure that you're sharing, when you are sharing specific properties, whether it's the type of market that you're trying to really lean into, rehabs, luxury homes, waterfront homes, Tacoma homes, Puyallup homes, whatever it might be. Share those types of properties and invite people to look at them either on your business page or your personal page or the PNW page, tagging yourself, and make sure on those property sites that you write in your name, then the PNW team, then .com, right? So like joshua.thepnwteam.com. Find a property from within your own subdomain, share those properties on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, however often that you would like to, in order to generate more leads that are going to be in your sphere. So definitely do that. Share individual property websites. You'll see a lot of conversion through that. And last final note, follow the PNW YouTube page with every email domain you have, because we need to get up to 100 subscribers. We're at 72 right now. Then we get to change that name. That improves our algorithm. Then that improves SEO. Then that brings more leads to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on this at all, definitely let me know. Big picture, build your database. Smaller, short-term, focused picture is to lead generate, lead convert, lead follow-up, share individual property pages, follow the PNW YouTube page, and call, text, or email if you guys have any questions as you're exploring Brivity. And we're going to continue to really hit the Brivity lead generation hard as far as training goes, because I want to see you guys meet your goals. I want to see you exceed your goals, and I want to support you in that process. Hope you're doing good. Happy training day, and we'll see you soon.